Transformation of sentences. We can perform a sentence from one kind to another without changing its meaning. From exclamatory to declarative. We can change an exclamatory sentence into a declarative sentence and vice versa. For example, what a beautiful flower it is. Exclamatory. It is a beautiful flower. Declarative. How strong that is. Exclamatory. That is very strong. Declarative. From declarative to interrogative. We can change declarative sentences into interrogative sentences and vice versa. We can change a declarative sentence into an interrogative sentence by putting the verb before the subject. For example, he is very naughty. Declarative. Isn't he very naughty? Interrogative. I am in Loretto High School. Declarative. Aren't I in Loretto High School? Interrogative. Note. Not to change the meaning, use isn't, aren't, hasn't and won't. If there are two verbs in a declarative sentence, one helping and one main, we can change it into an interrogative sentence by putting the subject between the two verbs. For example, he has completed his graduation. Declarative. Hasn't he completed his graduation? Interrogative. I will call you at 4 o'clock. Declarative. Won't I call you at 4 o'clock? Interrogative. You are listening to your favorite song. Declarative. Aren't you listening to our favorite song? Interrogative. If a declarative sentence has the adverb never, it changes into ever in the interrogative sentence. For example, I never saw him in the gym. Declarative. Did I ever see him in the gym? Interrogative. If a declarative sentence has the adverb no, it changes into any in the interrogative sentence. For example, there is no scope in that profession. Declarative. Is there any scope in that profession? Interrogative. From imperative to interrogative. We can change an imperative sentence into an interrogative sentence and vice versa. For example, drop this bad habit. Imperative. Will you drop this bad habit? Interrogative. Please give me a job in your office. Declarative. Will you give me a job in your office? Interrogative. From affirmative to negative. We can change an affirmative sentence into negative sentence with a change in its meaning. For example, my father teaches English. Affirmative. My father does not teach English. Negative. They have several resources. Affirmative. They have no resources. Negative. We can change an affirmative sentence into negative sentence without changing its meaning. Affirmative. Negative. Putting not plus prefixes. This is illegal. This is not legal. He is aware of this change. He is not unaware of this change. Using suffixes. It is senseless to jump from the terrace. It is not sensible to jump from the terrace. Some activities are endless. Some activities have no end. Putting not plus opposite words. She's a beautiful girl. She's not an ugly girl. The horse runs fast. The horse does not run slowly. Putting no one, nothing, nowhere. Everyone liked her etiquette. No one disliked her etiquette. This is the only flavor I prefer. I prefer nothing but this flavor. Changing always to never. There is always the probability of promotion in this service. There is never any improbability of promotion in this service. Changing to so, that. The war victims in Palestine were too helpless to afford shelter. The war victims in Palestine were so helpless that they could not afford shelter. Tag questions. We can also change a declarative sentence into an interrogative sentence by adding a short question at its end. For example, he's brave, isn't he? Short questions that are added at the end of sentences are called tag questions. Tag questions have a helping verb and a subject pronoun. Generally, when the sentence is positive, the question tag will be negative. Positive sentence, negative tag. I'm a doctor, aren't I? We are engineers, aren't we? You are a scientist, aren't you? He's going, isn't he? She works, does work, in an office, doesn't she? They do play, in the evening. Don't they? She was sad, wasn't she? We were sad, weren't we? She did crack, the exams last year, didn't she? They were running towards the playground, weren't they? They have been to London, haven't they? She had returned home late, hadn't she? He will reach the spot on time, won't he? She can solve it, can't she? She must follow the rules, mustn't she?